Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today we'll be reviewing the Merisny, okay, LED projector. It's just released the end of last year, so December 2018 is the release date on this guy. So yeah, so let's unbox this. We'll go over some specifications for it, give you a little demo back here, and I'll tell you what I think about it and what your expectations should be for this thing. I think people get a little confused with these below $100 LED projectors. The expectation seems to be something that it shouldn't be, and then they knock it whenever they get it. And I don't really think you should knock it. You should just know what the heck you're getting. So you get 2400 lumens with this, which is probably not correct. I want to say that it might be 140 ANSI lumens and something like that. I think that's what you kind of want to go by. I don't understand where the rating 2400 lumens comes from. When you look at the ANSI lumens, I think it's like 140. I want to say I read that, but they say to 2400. As far as ports are concerned, you get HDMI, VGA, USB, AV, audio video, and TF, which is like a micro SD or SD card. You do get built-in speakers with this, and from what I've heard, they sound decent. The supported video formats, which you have an SD card slot on here, is MPEG-1, MPEG-2, MPEG-4, RM, RMVB, MOV, MKV, DI, VX, and VOB formats. And your music formats are WMA, MP3, and M4A or AAC. And your photo formats are JPEG, BMP, and PNG. And what you do get in the box is a remote control, a tripod stand, HDMI cable, audio video cable, a power cable, and a lens cover for the projector itself, and of course the projector. And they're rating this for 40,000 hours, this LED light that's in here. So as far as resolution goes on this guy, it's 800 by 480p. So if you want to look at it like this, you have 480p, then you have 720p, 1080p, and then like 2K, and then 4K on your quality. So you can kind of see where this thing lands at, and you can kind of also understand why it's under $100. But all that stuff is not a bad thing. You just have to know what you're getting. And just so you know, the size projection that this thing will do is 32 to 176 inches with a sweet spot. I want to say it's like 65, 80 inches, somewhere in there is a sweet spot. Let's just take a looky-loo inside the box. And whenever you open this, you're kind of greeted with this styrofoam. Here's your manual, and it says AK-86, which I'm assuming might be the projector model. It's branded even in writing on the actual drawing of the projector on the manual itself. So that's a little bit comforting in proof in the pudding that it's this company's projector and not just a mass-produced product that they slap my name or whoever's name that buys them in bulk and sells them. So now let's pull out this guy. Just a projector in here so far. There's another box in the box. Take out this nice, smooth, silky feeling plastic. It's weird how that stuff feels. And then voila, here is the projector in all its glory. There's your adapter port right there. We'll have to plug in the little speakers, the fan, exhaust, all that kind of good stuff wrapped around. There you can see all your ports that we discussed earlier, the VGA, HDMI, USBs, AV, and auxiliary, and the SD card right there. And here you can control the focus wheel and the tilt, which is called the keystone. So you have keystone control and focus wheel. And you also have the threads here to mount this like on a ceiling or a tripod. And then you have this little guy here that you can screw out to help tilt the projector up. So basically you can have this sitting down, tilt it up, take your keystone, tilt the image down to make it good and square. And across the top, here are all your push button controls, and you do get a wireless remote with this, but you also have physical buttons here that you can push with a light here, a little power indicator light there. And here is your lens cover. This is a piece of plastic that is sealed on there awkwardly good, and you're kind of almost scared you're going to damage it by trying to take the thing off. God. Whew, it's got a grip on it. In the box, you get the audio video cable. you get the tripod itself, the adapter, HDMI cable, and a remote, which kind of looks like the Fire TV remote a little bit. Yeah, it's clicky. All right, here it is. It's just like this, but I will say this much. If you use the tripod, be super careful because this thing can easily just teeter backwards like this because it's not centered. So you can use this tripod, but just be super careful. You might end up being off better just grabbing your own like actual tripod that a camera or something like that would go on and use. But this is still nice of them to give you this. It would just be nice if the hole itself was centered to help distribute this weight a little bit because it does kind of want to fall backwards a little bit. Now, one thing I highly recommend is either, you can use a Roku stick, plug it in to power it into a USB or something like that. So you got Amazon Fire, Roku, anything that'll go HDMI. Personally, whenever I go on trips, if I carry a little projector or something like that, I will use the NVIDIA Shield tablet because you can do HDMI out to the TV. So oftentimes I just carry that on vacations with us. I hook it up to the television, plug it on a charger, and then there's our DVR because I use YouTube TV. Everything's streamed nowadays. There's no physical boxes anymore for TV. So for $200, you can get an NVIDIA Shield tablet, and they're great with the HDMI out. It'll even support like 4K. So that's a great investment on the tablet side. So I'll leave a link to the NVIDIA Shield tablet along with this too down in the YouTube description. So make sure to check those out. So now let's just plug it up right behind me and we'll look at the clarity on it and we'll be able to hear some of the sound. All right, so here's the home screen here. And just so you know, here is your keystone movement like so. And then we have the focus wheel. Take it out of focus, put it back in focus on the top. And let's just look at the menu system and the settings. Of course, if you have an SD card or something like that, this is where you'll be able to get to your folders. But we're gonna go into settings, go picture modes. You got personal settings, so you can actually adjust your personal settings. That's pretty cool. I'm just gonna go dynamic. Go to menu to bring it back out. Scroll down, color temperature, warm. We'll go normal. Menu to go back out again. Scroll down to aspect ratio. You can do it where it's auto. 16:9 should be everything, but I'll leave it on auto. See how that handles that. Noise reduction. Say high, and then you can turn it upside down, all kinds of different ways. Let's go over to sound mode, movie, sports, and personal settings for sound. That's nice and standard. Music, movie. We'll go to movie. And you can have auto volume and surround sound. So maybe that's whenever you're using that auxiliary out, it might be able to help with that, maybe. I don't know. Clock. One in English. Yep. You can do a software update via USB. That's kind of the gist of it, nothing crazy. So let me hook up the NVIDIA Shield right quick and we'll watch a little video so we can see how that looks. Just so you know that the lumens is pretty low. I would say it's like that 140 ANSI lumens, I would think so. Because any amount of light, like I have this ring light on, which isn't turned up that high right now. And you can kind of see that the screen's not that bright. So it would barely be visible. It'd probably be at its lowest visibility conditions in this, which is just about a lamp, maybe a brightish kind of lamp turned on in a room. So you would want to have it completely dark or just a very low lit lighting going on, but definitely you won't be able to view this outside in any kind of daytime, dusk or anything like that. You won't be able to see anything. So just know that going into this, your lumens are low, even though it says it's kind of high, it's not really there. and also the tripod is just not usable with the adapter, with the actual power plug plugged into the projector. It just pulls too much weight to one side. The three-legged tripod wants to fall over because of where the screw placement is on it. It's too far forward. If it was more centered, you might be able to pull it off. But it's a good gesture for them to put that in there, but I don't think they need to put that in there because you really can't use it. Finally, we got this YouTube app updated and going, so you can see, you know, how that 480p is looking. That's 480p to me is not really HD. It's not high definition. I think HD starts at 720p. So just know that this is not the case with this, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I think you're rocking in standard definition, especially at 480p and the lower lumens, 140 lumens or so. You'll need a completely dark room, I'd say, to enjoy this. But anyway, let's watch a video on the greatest channel that's on this platform, I do believe. And we'll watch the last one I did, and we'll be able to check the audio on the speaker. The speaker sounds okay. You would need to be within 3 feet of it or so to really get a good feeling for the speaker, I think. Well, no, maybe more. I think you know, a small bedroom, a typical bedroom, you'd be able to hear the speaker, and it actually sounds pretty good. It's not bad at all. Actually, the more I got into it, the more I'm like, hey, it's not that bad after all. Okay, we all know the story. Reviews, and today we're... Oh yeah, that audio's a lot louder right now. And unique, and apparently it's been in the market for a little bit, but I just found out about it whenever they asked me to... Let's get close to the face. Yeah, I think you can get about 80. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. I think it looks a lot better right now. Like being on this camera, I shot this on a Sony A7 III. Way in the monitor. So yeah, I think it looks a lot better right now on this higher grade camera than what I had shot the convention on, the Expo. I shot it on the Osmo Pocket. And also, let's just take a listen at the fan noise. About on par with most of them, I think. So, bottom line, is it worth the money? If you know what you're getting, like I said, yeah, I think for a kid's room, the clarity really picked up. The 1080 input that it would do, 1080 60 hertz that it was doing on the input, it was actually recognizing that, and that's the signal it was sending to the projector, but it was only producing 800 by 480p, so which is in standard definition. But the picture looked really good once I watched a video with full clarity and definition in it. It didn't look too bad, and I think for cartoons and things of that nature it looked just fine. I think for kids, if they wanted to have a movie night in the room, in the living room, whatever, watch a nice cartoon, nothing too crazy, they could get by with the audio on this thing for sure. It sounded good. The picture quality would be good in a completely dark room for kids. But if you're wanting to watch like a movie and really, you know, experience a film or something like that, you're not going to want to go with this, but I don't think it was made for that, okay? So just know what you're buying, know what you're getting into, and yeah, you know, I think the 80 bucks that it's sitting at right now is probably on par with where it should be. I'd expect sales from that or something possibly to happen, and so pick it up, but just know what you're getting. So make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that dong so you get notified of the next product review that I got coming out. And I got a few. Right now we're in a moving process. That's why I got my hair all kind of jacked up. I left my hat in a shipping box kind of thing, and we've got one more day here at our home, and then we sell the home. I move for 6 months to a place while we build, move to a permanent residence. So hopefully we can get an office set up and rolling and all that good stuff at the beginning of next year. Is realistic, whenever everything would be like ready, set in stone kind of thing, and hopefully have like a little studio area that's the plan. It's looking that it will go in that direction, so that's very awesome. So next year should be fantastic. This year it's going to be fantastic as well. Got some really good products coming down the pipeline. See ya.